Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and obviously we're heading into the Andor Season 2, which I have said for a while now is going to feel very different than Season 1. They are cramming 4 seasons of Andor into this one 12-episode season. So, the original plan was 5 seasons, 3 episode releases they're going to do once a week or whatever, each represent a year, but they're 3 episodes. They were supposed to be 12. So they're going to cram a lot in. It's going to feel a lot different, I think. That would be my guess. I mean, I don't know how you would avoid that. And I'm kind of thankful because I can't imagine 5 seasons of 12 episodes that could have been 3. And I said that in my reviews of the original Season 1, saying that there's just a lot of wasted time. Remember when they were, practicing how to walk like an Imperial officer? Really? That was, a thing? It's just what? Even Rian Johnson knew not to do that in The Last Jedi. It's not like Rose and Finn practiced walking. Anyway, so whatever. So I'm glad they're not going to drag it out, but it is going to feel very different. You guys aren't going to get the long, drawn-out stuff, I don't think. And if they do that, that's going to be weird considering how much they're cramming into this. So we got some stuff that was said by Gilroy, the showrunner, as well as Diego Luna, who plays Andor. And let's just take a look here and see what we have to deal with. Gilroy has long been clear that his Rogue One prequel series will lead directly into that film. That's Andor, delivering audiences to the moment Diego Luna's rebel hero goes off on what will be a suicide mission. But there's a whole host of other characters whose fates are as yet undecided. String-pulling revolutionary Luthen Rael, Ferrix's own Bix Kalleen, and the family of Mon Mothma. And by the sounds of things, fans should buckle up. They're all going to face serious challenges. This is my question here. Are these characters compelling? That's what really matters, right? Because we know where this all ends. And we know that they have decided to make this Andor guy from Rogue One into the big legendary leader of the rebellion. Which, by the way, is very strange to me because Disney has decided that there are a ton of Jedi still alive after Order 66. Why would it be some random guy? Where are all these Jedi? What are they doing? Are they just don't care? Where are they? we got to resort to this guy. And I know people are like, well, I'm kind of glad. I'm sick of lightsabers, blah. Okay, fine. But what are they doing this whole time? Where is Ahsoka? Does anyone... She's alive. Cal Kestis is alive. Where are these people? And then all the other Jedi that lived. I don't get it. Where are they? Where's Ezra? Where's anybody? It's just weird. Maybe Ezra would be too young, but it's just weird. Anyways. As Gilroy tells Empire in a new joint interview with Luna, nobody will emerge from Andor Season 2 unsqueezed. What is the real effect of time, pressurized, painful time, on ordinary people that hopefully you care a lot about? He says, teasing what the next 12 episodes will explore. What happens to their love affairs, their relationships, their homes, their children? What happens to everything around them if you're thrust into this vice grip of revolution? Those are the big tectonic moves of the second season. So again, he's trying to focus on the characters. And I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time caring. I always thought of Mon Mothma as really positive and a great leader. I never thought of her as somebody who would be pimping her daughter off for money to fund the rebellion. I never thought of those types of compromises. And on top of it, Mon Mothma was a side character. She represented sort of the leadership of the rebellion in the originals. But was anyone asking for more Mon Mothma before Rogue One came out? Anybody? Did anyone care? So they've made people care with the movie and with the show. But how many people really care, and how many people really want to see Mon Mothma continue to compromise? And that's what this show's really about. So he's saying it's about the characters, but really what we're talking about is the characters compromising. And that is very different than the Star Wars we know. Right? The character that compromised in George's original 6 movie was who? It was Anakin. He compromised. Everybody else, it was good versus evil, like George says, timeless themes. And this is why I say Andor doesn't feel like Star Wars. Because everybody's compromised. They're even compromising their own children, compromising their own families. And I guess that's kind of interesting in a dramatic show on its own. But that's why it feels like a regular drama to me with a Star Wars skin on it. Because I never viewed Mon Mothma as this compromised person. I viewed her as a leader of the rebellion, saw things a certain way, and that was it. Right? And no one asked for this. So basically you have a rebellion full of compromised people, and then they all die, except for Mothma. Is that cool? I don't know. Are the visuals going to be enough? I don't know. We know from this photo now that he does land on this planet with the wheat field. So he steals a TIE fighter, goes down to the planet, blows up a bunch of stormtroopers, and then he goes and he meets with all the people that were at Ferrix that are now in this farm that the Empire's trying to abduct them all. The trailers have revealed basically what happens in this episode. I don't know. I just have a hard time with this compromising stuff. Then you go into New Hope, right? So Rogue One goes right into A New Hope, where they hand Leia the card with the information about the Death Star. Leia never compromised. Ever. At all. Like, at all. And she was one of the main leaders. Like, she never compromised. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little weird. It doesn't feel Star Wars-y. But that's what he's marketing it on. Right? On this idea that they're pressurized and they're compromised, essentially. He doesn't use that word, but we know that from watching the first season. As for Andor himself, he's moving towards becoming this super all-singing, all-dancing spy warfighter. Again, I ask, where are the Jedi? Why is it this random dude is the one spearheading the rebellion? Does that make any sense in a way? Think about it this way. So Sidious orders all the clones to kill all the Jedi, right? So the Jedi that are still alive are well aware, right? Just about all of them have been murdered, and they know that. And then they all just went away, so this random guy is the one leading the charge. Doesn't that feel weird to you? Maybe I'm crazy. Gilroy says, while Rael will face the perils of taking his homespun revolution operation and launching it into something big enough to topple the Empire. Now, all of a sudden, he's going public, the showrunner teases. What do you do if your currency is privacy and secrecy and failure is death? How do you scale up? How do you play with others? How do all the disparate pieces of the rebellion come together in Yavin? Well, I'm assuming they send out some form of a signal to tell everybody, like, what's going on. I don't know. It's not that complicated. The aim is clear. You'll never see Star Wars the same again, especially the events of Rogue One. You're going to hear some lines on a rewatch and go, gasps gutturally. Promises Luna. That's the Diego Luna now. Before you just passed over them, not anymore. We are one with the Force, and the Force is with us. So they're essentially saying that this season of Andor is going to make Rogue One better. Maybe. I mean, I know there's fans of the show. Some of you guys like it. And maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe you're going to just go, wow. I had some issues with lines in the show. Like, not even that. I had issues with stuff in Rogue One and how it made lines from the original Star Wars sound dumb now. Like when the Rebel fighters see the Death Star and they're all shocked by the size of it when they've already seen it. I just feel like everything George did just gets sacrificed on the altar of this stuff. And is it a terrible show? No. Is it good? No. No, not really. It's a base level drama with a Star Wars skin, in my opinion. And again, it's all gray areas and people compromising. and heroes that compromise. And I guess if you find that appealing, good for you. But that is not Star Wars. I just have a really difficult time getting excited for this show. The only thing I'm looking forward to is maybe it's going to move a little quicker. Because again, the first season really dragged on. You could have easily squeezed that into like 3 or 4 episodes. Easily. Yes, I really did like the prison scenes. Those were very well done. Other than that, it just was a drag. It was quite the slog. I reviewed every episode. You can watch those. So what do you guys think of this? Like, are you into the characters to the point where this is going to be interesting for you? Because again, Gilroy's saying that's where the interesting thing is with the characters. Are they interesting to you? I think he's doing this because he knows, like, we get it. They start a rebellion. So they get a whole bunch of different people in the galaxy involved. And we can kind of imagine in our brains how that would happen. You don't really need to see this. So then you got to ask yourself, what are they really selling? And they're billing themselves as selling the characters and what goes on with them and how they deal with these issues. So is that going to be enough for you? Are you that into Mon Mothma? Are you that into Andor? Are you that into Luthen that you're just like waiting with bated breath to hear his next monologue? I don't know. Are you into Saw Gerrera that much? I don't know. They were kind of... There's a lot of bland. Yeah, okay, the one monologue where he's talking to the Imperial officer was pretty cool, I guess, Luthen. But most of it's just nothingness. Because we know where this goes. So let me know in the comment section what you think, and let me know if you're that into the characters to the point where you're going to get excited like Gilroy wants you to about what they're doing and what's happening. And if you like this moral relativism take they're bringing to Star Wars now. But otherwise, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, always helps the channel. Feel free to check anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.